Where's Ruth? Where's Martin? This is us talking about Ruth and Martin's album club. I'm Neil Atkinson, this is John Gibbons, and we're here to tell you why this should be a book. It should be a book with a certain amount of urgency. How long do you think it'll last, Ruth and Martin's album club?
A month.
At the outside?
Yeah, at the month. I thought Martin would run out of people to bully fairly quickly.
Yeah.
I thought Ruth's got other things going on. She's got a great dog.
Yeah.
She'll just want to, you know,
be with the dog.
Yeah, get involved in all that.
Yeah.
And then I thought, you know, they'll get busy. They'll find something else.
And then what happened was just the whole thing was a roller coaster ride that flew out of control.
People are begging to get involved.
People are begging to get involved. Yeah, I mean, I've heard that Pope Francis has been in and around all this sort of stuff, but the people they've had so far have been absolutely fantastic. What I've loved about it isn't just the guests that they've had; it's the way in which it's become this sort of alternative, non-canon version of musical history. You know, always find the interesting little bit, always find the little thing that makes you go, you know, the idea that the Beatles played, you know, a million times in Hamburg, and when you stop to actually think about what that means, you're like, wow, that's, you know, it blows your mind. That Madonna turns up to New York and pretty much gets out of the taxi and says, I'm going to be the most famous person in the world. You know what I mean? It's these things, it's this alternative musical history that gets me going.
Yeah, and Debbie Harry had a similar story to Madonna, which is kind of quite interesting as well. Yeah, I mean, the writing's really split into two. For those that don't know, there's the introduction half, and then there's the guest writer, and the introduction half's fantastic because it's a fabulous combination between knowledge and passion. That's actually quite hard to get in music writing. You often get people who are very knowledgeable about it, but they're a bit kind of, you know,
stilted.
Yeah, a bit beaten and a bit kind of, you know, fed up and jaded. And then you get people who are very passionate about it, like me, but can't string a sentence together about
don't talk yourself down, John. You're fine.
You know, about why it is something so great, and the introduction manages to combine both well. And as you say, tell stories that you don't necessarily know about an album. So, you know, you might think you've heard everything that there is to know about Help by the Beatles, but you know, Ruth and Martin find something that you haven't heard and point to something and go, that is ridiculous. Have you thought about how ridiculous that is? And usually you haven't.
Indeed. So
keep moving with chopsticks. Just have a think about that.
Have a think about that one, indeed. So I've liked Ian Rankin with Madonna. I thought that one was great. Tracy Thorn with Springsteen. I was a big fan of that one. I loved, and it made me go to the album Martin Carter on McCartney. It was second to none, and the entire McCartney story, as Martin tells it, was terrific. What have you enjoyed?
My favourite ones are the ones where they really like it. Sometimes when they hate it, it is really funny. But my favourite ones, because I'm that kind of person, are the ones where they really like it. And then my ultra favourite ones are the ones where they really like an album that I loved. So Linda Grant very recently on the Pogues was brilliant because, you know, she held her hands up and said, you know, I've been completely showing up here. You know, I've ignored a whole generation of music really, and get on with how good this is. And that's great because, you know, all of us do that. All of us have got, you know, things that, not so much that we haven't got round to, but things that we've just kind of shunned and decided we haven't liked without giving it a chance. So Linda was really great, and also Carl Anka on The Clash. The Clash are one of my favourite bands, and he loved it, and he's a brilliant writer anyway. He's one of my favourite writers around, and he loved it and wrote very, very well on it. So probably those two stand up.
There you are. So basically what you do is you put your money into this, the book goes and gets made, you've got a fantastic Christmas present lined up.
For everyone.
For everyone. There's no shortage of this. There's something in this for absolutely everyone. It's not all about the canon, it's not all about the things that people tell you are good. There's been the new pornographers have been in there, Britney's been in there, there's been all sorts of stuff that I've knocked around in this. Who knows what'll make the book version, but Ruth and Martin's album club is the must-hit have of the Christmas period 2016. You can take that home with you.